Hey y'all, let's talk about the eclipses while I do my makeup. I don't know where to put my makeup bag. It's like huge. I just got into makeup, which as a Libra rising is astonishing that I just got into makeup like when I was in France last year. That was almost a year ago. I am shook. How has it been a year since I was in France? Almost. Anyways, bringing y'all with me to do my makeup today, but I have to figure out how I want to I feel like it's crooked, but we're just gonna have to go with it. I think it's like, because I'm a Taurus and I'm also, Gemini rules my chart, so I think I just didn't care to get into makeup. And then when I was in France, I don't know, something just inspired it in me. So that's how I was in France for the last eclipses we had. Weren't they in September last year or October? And that's when I got into makeup, and they were in my first house and my 7th house. So it's honestly no surprise that that's what ended up happening. And then these eclipses are in my 6th and 12th houses, which I feel like is already showing up for me as we've already kind of had one. We had the full moon in Virgo was an eclipse back in March. And it's already shown up for me most of the year as just, I love how crazy this looks at first and then you blend it out and it looks so good. The first eclipse we had in Virgo was really about, for me, because it was in my 12th house, in my 6th house, it was a lot of shadow stuff and a lot of having to really be firm with my boundaries and not be afraid to set them. And then also being really on top of my own routine with taking care of my mental health and my physical health. So I really changed up my diet. The last eclipse we had in Virgo, I really got super serious about hormone health. Very 6th house things. And obviously this is going to be more intense for you if you have any placements in Virgo or Pisces, or really even in Sagittarius and Gemini. Then this eclipse is really going to, how do I say it? Amplify or intensify those placements and really bring those in your chart. Thoughts on Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Scorpio Rising? Intense! You need to act on your instincts. Born on a new moon means you're here to be a symbol of whatever sign you have the new moon in whatever house that it's in. So, joyeux septembre. Oui! C'est septembre maintenant. Oui, oui. And it's Labor Day today. I can't really leave the house because, I could just go walk around, but everything's closed because of Labor Day, which I don't have a normal job, so I forget about holidays. I'm this is kind of annoying, but whatevs. Here I am with y'all. I just had a really slow morning. And again, Pisces eclipse in my 6th house, I'm getting really back onto my health routines that I've fallen off of. It's gonna pop off. Wait. Virgo Sun Pisces Moon eclipse is a day before my birthday. Oh! Happy early birthday! No holiday here in France, yeah. I know, I have a few friends that are over there. One of them is in Spain right now, though. 6th house Pisces, yes, because we're both Libra risings, right? Yeah, so I've been really having to get back on my health routine and my nutrition, my food. I feel like I was so on my food for I don't know what was going on in my chart because I wasn't really into transits then. I didn't really know how to look at transits back then. But I was so on my food from like probably 2015 until like 2021 or 2022. And I just saw a video. I don't know if y'all have heard about this, but I just saw a video that was saying 2022 was like this really big death. Like a lot of our old self died and we closed out a lot of karmic patterns and karmic loops, and we're in the phase right now of rebuilding so that things really move forward in 2026. So I'm really excited for 2026. It's a 1 year right now. 2025 is a 9 year. So there's just a lot of endings still happening, I feel like. 2022 is a death. Yeah, for sure. I feel like 2022 was just crazy intense for a lot of us. For sure. But so 2025 is a 9 year, so we are really like at the end of a cycle this year and we're closing it out. I mean, we're in the final, 9, 10, 11, 4 months of 2025. So we're so close. And then we also have, I've been talking about this a lot, but we also have a lot of outer planets moving into new signs, which always creates the opportunity for a lot of change in ways that are needed. So we're in it. We're in the great pivot. We're in the great transition. Right meow. We're experiencing it. And as I talked about, if y'all saw my YouTube yesterday, I did a YouTube live for the transits of the week ahead, and I give a horoscope for each rising sign for the week ahead. And the major themes that came up for everyone was like, focus on the positives, focus on what you can control, focus on, what you have to look forward to, or what you're building, or what you're, creating for yourself. It's in my 12th house. You have Pisces in the 12th house. Oh, wait. What can I expect the upcoming eclipse in Virgo? Oh, on the 21st is conjunct your Venus. Well, new moons are periods of beginnings, so setting intentions. Eclipses amplify that. So actually, I'm going to put on bronzer first. So it is an intense time to set intentions around a new beginning you want with your values, your relationship with money, your relationships in general. It may be like really getting on your spiritual practices if you don't have one already. If you have a 12th house Venus, you need to be like meditating. You need to be doing yoga. You need to be doing breath work. Some sort of spiritual practice that's going to help you have self-awareness and cultivate consistent self-awareness, because that's what the 12th house is about. So setting intentions for that. I mean, that's really all the new moon is. Just because it's an eclipse doesn't mean it's gonna like blow up your life. Unless your life needs a blow up because you haven't been listening to your intuition and cultivating self-awareness. When is the eclipse coming? Sunday. Sunday is the full moon eclipse in Pisces, and then on the 21st we have a new moon eclipse in Virgo. Yeah, you're welcome. I don't work out. I used to. That was my first business. I have a healthy lifestyle, so I do yin yoga a lot, and I go for walks. I walk pretty much like everywhere if I can. I probably walk like 4 miles a day. And then I have a background of fitness. So I've been active my whole life. I did sports. I have an Aries Mars. I did sports in high school, all through school actually. I ran marathons in high school. I was really into running in my 20s. Then I was really into HIIT workouts and weight training most of my 20s. So I have a background in fitness. I have a lot of muscle memory because of that. But no, I don't work out these days. I prefer yin yoga and like walking places as opposed to like stressing my body out. Literally having this issue as a Virgo Venus. Wait, what did I miss? Wow, I'm too lazy to walk. Go on a walk. I don't know what you mean. Just put on a good podcast, put on some good music, and go on a walk. Like, there's no other way to do it. That's my tip, is just do it. Get yourself into the practice of it. I lived in Europe for a few months, so it helped me. But I've always kind of wanted to walk everywhere. Because it's really, really healthy for you. It's like better than working out. Yes, fellow Virgo Venus, focus on yourself, not fixing others. Yeah, exactly. I kind of specialize in this because Virgo Venus is my chart ruler. Boost your own life now. Yes. I have a YouTube video going over all the eclipses and the dates and the degrees if you want to check that out. I mean, I just posted a video yesterday of the week ahead transits as well. The eclipse is Sunday. And then the new moon eclipse in Virgo is on the 21st. I was saying us Virgo Venuses, gotta do us now. No more charity work, yeah. The full moon in Virgo is not until Pisces season, so it'll probably be February or March. This is like the secret. I do a full moon workshop in my membership every month. This is the secret. A full moon means that the sun is in the opposite sign. It will always be that way. So if it's a full moon in Scorpio, it's because we're in Taurus season. If it's a full moon in Taurus, it's because we're in Scorpio season. If it's a full moon in Aries, it's because we're in Libra season, right? That's how full moons work. I mean, think about it too, like astronomically. When a moon is full, it's because the sun is giving it all its light. That's what makes it full. That's what makes it so you can see it in the night sky. I also teach this in my astrology course and my ebook. These little astrology hacks. Okay, I need blush. Making my 12th house Venus art is enough to help people. Just do an art thing. Yes. Yeah, I mean, Virgo as a sign in general is here to be of service, but you really have to like do it for you because you love to do it, not because people just like need help. I spent the last few years sacrificing for others. Yeah, I'm retired. Good for you, girl. I read that this Saturn in Pisces is going to affect me personally. Sag moon at 23 degrees and feeling lonely. What's your rising? I have a Sag moon at 21 degrees, but it's not going to get close. It's not going to get close for a couple months still. And Saturn is back in Pisces now. I'm so excited. Oh, you're also Libra rising. Are we all Libra risings? Oh my God. Yeah, you might just feel restricted or challenged in sharing your ideas. But it's going to bring up you to get more disciplined with what you're believing to be true about yourself in life. That's how, when Saturn was squaring my moon the first time, that's kind of how it showed up for me. And I was really having to fight for like, because Saturn in Pisces is like setting boundaries and needing to like energetic boundaries. This blush is getting a little crazy, but not letting people like manipulate you or gaslight you or stuff like that. So that's how it showed up for me. It was really a time of like Needing to assert myself and not like let anyone bully me, basically, and bulldoze me. Libra gang, yes. When you work with spirit, you'll feel less lonely. 2000%. My 12th housers, remember to create stuff and share it. Yes. Yeah, if I'm feeling lonely, I literally just go live on here, or I go live on YouTube, or I like reply to comments on my videos. Like, I feel like feeling lonely is a choice because there's things you can do to remedy it. And also it's kind of a disconnect from yourself. So you need to spend more time with yourself and doing things that you really love to do and not distracting from yourself. We're all Libra rising. This is funny as fuck. I know. We're all Libra rising. I love it. Not as spiritual as I thought. I don't know. I'm a bit of a skeptic, but I so believe in a source. I mean, spirituality is just cultivating self-awareness and like a connection with yourself, I feel like, and not looking for it outside of you. Oh, good. I'm glad you agree. I have been in creation mode and then I never feel lonely. Yeah, exactly. It's like going from a consumer to a creator. Because when you're a consumer, you're always going to feel lonely because you're seeking out connection through distraction, through, I mean, I don't know. That's the best way to say it, I guess. Like you're seeking it externally versus finding it inside of you. And that's what creation is. I do go out in the city. There are group activities, but I don't need it to not feel lonely. Yeah, same. Yes, no, that's very much me. Yay. Like filling your own cup, for sure. For sure, for sure. Okay, do I need to put anything else? I need to fix this blush a little bit. It's a little crazy. We already have everything we need inside. Yeah, for sure. 2000%. And like, it's just so easy to distract in today's day and age. Like society wants us to be distracted and disconnected from our true nature. But that's where we find like true joy because it benefits consumerism. It benefits these corporations to not be connected to ourselves, to be disconnected from ourselves and be distracted and think we need external things to fill that up, but we actually just need to connect with ourselves. That's how I see spirituality. I don't think it's not really more complicated than that. Queen, have you been doing any glamour magic? You've been glowing recently. Thank you. No. I think I just removed myself from a toxic situation. And like, I don't know, I feel like putting energy into my appearance and like just caring about how I look, because I never used to really care about how I looked. And I think just caring about how I look like creates that, you know what I mean? It's so beautiful learning that you have everything you ever need. Yeah, totally. It's truly so fulfilling. But I also believe in community and connection. Yeah, for sure. We need it as human beings. But it's more fulfilling and rewarding when you come from a whole place and seeking it out. We gather strength and power when we get into creation mode and all. I don't think society likes that. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. I hope I don't run out of this soon because There is no Sephora here, y'all. And it's killing me. You are glowing. Thank you. The best community comes from when we are creating and have gained our inner strength. Yeah. 2000%. Life is a balance, yeah. I mean, and it's not linear either. Like, we will lose ourselves sometimes in phases, and then we have to, like, come back home and find ourselves again, you know? Is France with the move? What do you mean? People will even just come to me like a magnet because we build magnetism. Yeah. Yes. That's why, like, I've always found that my TikToks do really well and stuff goes viral when I don't spend time on here, because I've removed my energy. And I'm basically saying, like, I don't care if it goes viral. I don't care if it does well, because, like, I'm focused on me and my life. And then that's when, like, it does go viral and it does do well. And I was talking to ChatGPT about this. Because you can talk to ChatGPT about spiritual stuff and it's really fun. And it really helps. And it was basically saying, like, this is a whole lesson and, like, module in my business course, is, like, the magnetism of virality and, like, how to go viral on social media by, like, just really reclaiming your power and taking back your energy from it and not watching it. Like I always say, like, post and ghost, like, post something and then remove yourself from it, because that's when it will do really well, is when you don't care. I've got to do that with social media because I get such bad FOMO. What do you get FOMO about? I've noticed that too. It's an energy thing, yeah. Honestly, I feel like the more detached I am from the outcome, yeah, the better it will go, for sure. Yeah, it could be a 12th house thing. I have a 12th house Chiron, so that might be, like, my lesson with my 12th house Chiron in Virgo. I recently went through a purge with my platonic relationships. Yeah, same. I think that was because of the what happened? Oh, Mercury retrograde in Leo. See, it's like I kind of, like, blacked it out that it happened. But that was a really big theme of it for me, was, like, realizing who's my friend and who's not. For sure. So I have very few friends right now, and I love to socialize. Yeah, I think it's quality. It's quality over quantity. I'd rather have, like, a few friends that are really quality, that are really there for me, that I know I can trust and rely on, versus having a lot of friends that I can't. Like, this is something I noticed too about Libra suns, is, like, my ex is a Libra sun, and he has so many people he knows. He has such a big network. He has so many, like, friends, but the only close people in his life are, like, his siblings. Well, really only one of them, because the other sibling, he's, like, he has issues with women. Then his sister, he, like, doesn't. He thinks she's crazy. But then, like, whenever we catch up, because I'll see him around town, because we live in the same town, and it's a small town, and he is like, oh, I'm so lonely, and, like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, that's because you don't have any quality people in your life. You have this big network of people that you know, but you don't have any, like, actual quality friends. So I'd rather have quality, like, 3 friends, which is what I have, that I can, like, talk to and rely on, versus, like, a ton of people that I know and it's just all surface level bullshit. Yeah, a few friends locally and a few more friends in different countries. Yeah. I have Virgo, Chiron, and Moon at 4 degrees, so it sits in my 10th, 11th. Deleted IG yesterday and privated my TikTok. Feel like I need to rebrand. That's exciting. Very 10th house. Especially with that new moon we just had at 0 degrees. On your moon and Chiron, it sounds like. That's my issue. I have few quality friends, but I crave community. Well, then build it. That's why I built my membership, and that's why I'm also love being here with y'all on TikTok. I think community in person is overrated. I've had it, and it just can get really messy. I'd much rather have, like I said, a like arsenal of high quality friends that mean a lot to me, and then I have like my own community built around astrology and human design. That's also like my business. Like that's how I prefer to have that kind of stuff. Because like I said, I've had it. I've trial and errored. I'm a 1-3 profile in human design. I have had community in person, and it didn't do it for me. So, which is why I built my membership and started creating content on TikTok. Oh God, this scares me every time I use it. I hate it. Try meetups, etc. if you crave community, yeah. Or like full moon circles, like yoga classes, sound baths. I have a friend that does like sound baths, and those are really great to meet people. But like find or do classes or things that is with your, like it's related to your passions. That's how you say that. I was like stumbling over my words. Ooh, I haven't tried a sound bath. Yeah, my friend does them. He's an astrologer as well and does like sound baths with Kundalini yoga, like meditation. It's like a whole event, and it's super fun, and the people are always great because they're into that kind of thing, you know, and they're like into working on themselves. Yoga's been so therapeutic too. I just don't talk to anyone, yeah. I prefer to do yoga at my house, like, because I can do what I want. Like, I went to a yoga class a few weeks ago. It was my first yoga class that I've been to in, like, months. And I just don't prefer it. But it can be nice sometimes. And it's all a preference, too. I have to check if they have them in Paris. Oh, yeah, is there a spiritual community in Paris? Because I couldn't really find that, or I didn't really notice that at all. I felt like people in Paris were really matrixy, like in the practical world. Okay, I'm almost done. A whole transformation has occurred. I do the YouTube sound baths almost every day. Oh, that's awesome. I've never done my makeup on live. I wonder if I'm forgetting anything. It looks good though. I definitely need a dermaplane. I'm like struggling in Montana because it's so small here. Everything's a small town. Even like the big city is like small. There's like no city here. I'm gonna do a cinema group in Paris. Ooh, fun. Okay. I will let you know if I find something good in Paris. Yes, come back and let me know. Faux show. One of your favorite reflectors. Oh, hi. I love reflectors. Y'all are the best. Okay, my colossal mega bag. I use whole sign. I have a blog post on that if you want to read more about why and the differences between all the different house systems. Oh god, now I have to readjust this. Okay. I will look at Placidus sometimes, and every time I do, I'm like, no, I actually don't like this house system at all. I live in, is that Houston? I do meet people, but I feel it's hard to keep consistency. Yeah, like I said, I prefer quality friendships over quantity. I can get human interaction through my one-on-ones with my clients, or with people in my courses, or within my membership, and that is so much more valuable to me. I enjoy that so much more than having like community. Tu es trop belle. Merci beaucoup. So Libra rising. Yeah, I was really mad because I learned like a few weeks ago that Chanel had discontinued. Apparently they do this a lot. Chanel had discontinued my favorite lip color. But then I was like, you know what? I'll just find something else. And I actually found something I like better. So everything is a blessing. Even if it's uncomfortable or annoying in the moment, everything is a blessing. Trick light! Hey, I was thinking about you because I did the Vertex blog post. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I wrote a blog post on the Vertex. It's pretty thorough. Libra rising and your Venusian sun. Thank you. Yes, being a Taurus. Being a Taurus. Uno, I'll find it. Yes, go check it out. I talked about the Vertex for each house that it could be in, which it can only be in the 5th to 9th houses. And then I talked about the anti-Vertex and what it means being in the opposing house. And I gave some like personal examples. I still need to return to Sephora and yes, this lip gloss is everything. Oh yeah, because y'all don't have TikTok Shop, right? I found it on TikTok Shop. The only places you can buy it are TikTok Shop and Sephora. And there's no Sephora here in Montana. So I had to get it shipped. But you can also buy it on TikTok Shop. Sometimes it's on sale, but there's no TikTok Shop in France, I don't think. I think it's just in America. I will think of you when I'm in Paris, Sephora. Oh! Which one are you gonna go to? My favorite was, well, I like the Champs-Élysées. Wait, Champs-Élysées. I liked the Champs-Élysées one, but honestly, it was kind of like super crowded, and they didn't really have a lot of stuff either, because I think everybody goes to that one. There were two in L'Opéra. My accent is slowly disintegrating. I need to start watching French shows again. But in the opera, there was 2 Sephoras, and I liked those because they weren't as crowded, and then they usually like had stuff in stock. Champs-Élysées. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I never saw TikTok Shop when I was in France. I just assumed it wasn't a thing there. Curious about the eclipse. Just got here. Okay, what's your rising? Where's Pisces and Virgo in your chart? I also have a thorough YouTube video on it if you want to go watch that and check that out. It's like 20 something minutes long about the eclipses and other transits too that are happening at the same time. Any thoughts on short versus long form content, like in regards to the astrology of what will be more popular in the next few years? Well, we have to approach that from what is the end goal that you want. Because long form content is always going to win out, is always going to have a better retention rate, is always going to have a better conversion rate, which is what you want if you're a business owner. I talk about this in my business course, which is called Get Paid for Your Gifts. And it just depends on what your end goal is. And I talk about this. I have, I think, 1 or 2 lessons where I talk about this in depth in my business course. Because there are different purposes to long form versus short term content. Short term content, like on TikTok, is great for outreach. But long form content, like on YouTube, is great for nurturing your audience, for actual retention, like I said, and for higher conversion rates. People are more likely to buy from YouTube because you're providing more value and you have their attention more so, and their like consistent support than on TikTok. I mean, think about how the algorithm works. Like on TikTok, you see someone's video, it might get millions of views, and then you never see their face again. Even if you follow them, you might never see their face again. So as a business owner, like you have to take that into account. I'm a Taurus sun, Virgo cap, Venus cap, moon and rising. Taurus sun and Venus. That's hard to read. Cap, moon, and rising. Virgo, Mars, in the 8th house, generator. Okay. Which other Sephora? The one at Opera. There's 2 at Opera, I believe. There's one near Galerie Lafayette. And then that one was really crowded, and I didn't like it so much as the other one that's at Opera by the Metro that I liked. That one is like, it's kind of smaller, but it was less crowded. And it's like directly across from the Opera. Leo rising, 8th house Pisces. Okay, so resources. Might be a lot of money stuff. I do like the Champs-Élysées one because then I go to Guerlain next door. Yeah, I love Guerlain. I really liked the Guerlain at Printemps. Pisces and Virgo, because that's what the eclipses, that's the axis that the eclipses are on this time around, is Virgo and Pisces. So we're in Virgo season. It's illuminating the area of life you have Virgo right now. Big focus of refinement, what needs reassessment, what needs to change. Virgo is a mutable earth sign. So what about, what is practical steps you can do to change what's going on in that area of your life? I talk about it more in the YouTube video. Go look for the YouTube video. My YouTube name is like on my name, so you can just search for that and it'll come up. Yeah, you're welcome. My big 3, I'm a Libra rising, Taurus sun, Sag moon. Opera. Yes. De rien, pas de souci. J'adore cette Sephora. Loving the blog. Yay! Yeah, I try to put a lot of personal examples in there because that's how I teach astrology. That's how I learned astrology, was actual practical examples and like looking at things. So when I wrote that blog post on the Vertex, I was looking at like tons of charts. And I was also looking at, okay, what happened when I met this person? Did they have anything aspecting my vertex? And I put all of that in the blog post on the vertex, because vertex is really, like I talk about in the blog post, vertex is like a point of fated encounters. It's a point of destiny. It will trigger meeting people who you're meant to meet. And everyone that's in my life, it was kind of crazy. I was like dumbfounded by this. Everyone that's in my life, either I aspect their vertex in some way, or they aspect my vertex in some way. And then when there were transits to my vertex, it triggered meeting certain people that really kind of altered my path. And I gave an example of someone I was recently seeing, and how their midheaven, in the blog post I give this example, their midheaven is my vertex. So they're like with 1 degree of orb, which is really important for vertex. If it's like your vertex is 21 degrees and theirs is 15 or something, that's not really not gonna do anything. With vertex and with asteroids too, we have to like really have a tight orb. So like 1 degrees, 2 degrees of orb is really what we're gonna see the most potential with, or the most intensity, the most potential is, I guess, the best word. And so with this person, I triggered in them, because my vertex was on their midheaven, I triggered in them a complete job change. They just, on a whim, very Aries, quit their job, was like, I can't do this anymore, I need to look for something else, blah, blah, blah. And then that was also a reason why we stopped seeing each other, because they just, they were unemployed for kind of a while after that. And I think I triggered a lot in them to reassess their whole career and job. And they're younger than me too, so I think it was hard for them to be with somebody who's already kind of secure in what they're doing for work in their career and successful with it. So that was really interesting to look at in terms of our vertexes and what they were doing. Okay, Virgo, second house. Yeah, money. Any advice for a Libra rising sun and Cap moon projector during September? Watch my weekly updates, because I give a weekly update on my YouTube for each rising sign. So go watch those for every week, and you'll get more insight into what that week is going to bring for you and what to focus on, or how to make the most of it. I will check Préton. I haven't been there in a minute. Yeah, in the winter months. That makes sense. They also have is it typology or something like that? Natural, like, makeup. I really love that too at Préton. You should model for that lip gloss for Sephora Paris. That would be iconic. Oh, you have a Taurus vertex? No wonder you didn't you say you meet a lot of Tauruses? That makes so much sense. My vertex is Taurus, 5th house. Awesome. I love that color on you. You would be so good at modeling. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is my favorite lip gloss. It's technically a glossy lip balm, which is fine, because all the other lip glosses I've ever tried, I hate. They're so sticky, or they taste weird, or both. And this is like, it really does feel like a lip balm, but it gives gloss. I love it. But I have a lipstick on underneath it too. I'm a Cap vertex. Ooh, fascinating. Yeah, I really dove deep into the vertex for that blog post. Now I'm like, this is such my Scorpio, North Node and Pluto. Like, I'm obsessed. And we're like talking about it in my membership forum in the community. I'm like getting everybody's vertex in my membership and talking about it. It's just so fascinating. I love it. It's a great color. Thank you. Yeah, it's like I was trying to find a dupe. It's like this, this pink brown. And I was trying to find a dupe because there's no Sephora here in Montana. And I was trying to find a dupe at Ulta, and just there was no replacement. There was no replacement for this like color. and for also the way that it feels. So I had to order online. I had to drive 2 hours to go pick it up. But it's worth it. My vertex is in Aries, 7th house. Conjunct your Saturn, oh damn. My vertex is in Aries, 7th house too. My vertex in Cancer, 8th house. Interesting. Yes, I'm so picky with lip gloss, sticky, etc. I gave up. Literally same. I can't stand it. Yeah, no, this is the best. It's so in-depth, thank you. There's not enough info online, so you just change the game. Yay! That is my whole goal with astrology and human design. Is to give y'all the info in a practical, simple way that nobody else is doing. So, success. Thank you. I love it. Isn't the vertex only placed in the 6th, 7th, 8th houses? No. It can also be in the 5th, or it can also be in the 9th. It is more rare because you have to be born at a certain latitude, I think. Like either really far north or really far south of the equator for it to be in the 5th or 9th houses, because basically the vertex is a calculation between two different points in the chart. I explain it in the blog post. It's a calculation based on the location of your birth. So it can be in your 5th or 9th house, similar to your midheaven. The midheaven can be in the 8th house. The midheaven can be in the, I've seen the midheaven in the 12th house, like only one time because they were born really far north in Norway, but that's the same concept. I love pinky browns. Yeah, me too. Libra rising, Taurus sun. Wait, me too. Oh, but you also have Taurus moon, Mercury, and Cancer Venus. Interesting. What should I look at to see when I move? I am waiting on the new landlord. I have a whole playlist on the IC in astrology. Go find that on my page. That will walk you through. I have several videos on how to look at your chart for timing a move. You want to look at your IC, which is usually in the 4th house. And then if you already know how to read a chart, those videos are going to help. If you don't, take my Become an Astrologer course, because it will walk you through the basics of how to read a chart, how to look at transits, how to find transits, how to understand transits, apply them to your chart to know what's going on for you at any given time. And I have a whole bonus lesson in that course on when to plan a move using your astrology. Is Pluto opposing your ascendant? It is not. Why? But Pluto is opposing my chart ruler. Virgo man broke up with me. Cap Sun Pisces moon on new moon and Virgo. Girl, you dodged a bullet. Find another one. Find another man. They are not in short supply. My Taurus vertex is 2 degrees. Oh, interesting. I think my progressed Mars... No, I think my progressed Mars now is at 4 degrees of Taurus. Yeah, you're welcome. Predicting crucial life timing is one of my favorite things using astrology. 25 Taurus close to Lilith. This chart of mine, I tell you. Taurus sun. Just because he's a Virgo. Yeah, and because he broke up with you. Why would you want someone that broke up with you? You want someone that's obsessed with you. Libra rising. I'm a Libra rising Taurus too. Love it. There was someone else that was a Libra rising Taurus sun. I don't know if they're still on. Virgos are so fucking annoying. Virgo men, so fucking annoying. I was on and off with a Virgo man for 3 fucking years. And before him, I had dated somebody else who was a Virgo. And he just all of a sudden broke up with me and decided to move to Hawaii when we were talking about like re-signing our lease. All of a sudden, he's like, I'm moving to Hawaii. I don't want you to come with me. I want you to go to Hawaii because you want to go to Hawaii, not follow me there. I'm just like, but I dodged a bullet. They're both assholes. I'm a Virgo, I ain't dating one. Yeah, no, thank you. If you don't know your partner birth time, is there a best way to determine synastry? I mean, you can see their whole chart without the birth time. You just don't know where the placements fall in the chart. So, yeah, you can absolutely do a synastry chart. But you can't look at any of their houses because they're not going to be accurate. I have a class on that, teaching astrology synastry, in my membership. I also have a class on human design compatibility and how to look at and read a human design compatibility chart in my membership as well. You dated 2 of them? Sorry I missed it, but good thing you dodged them. Yeah. That was like the first Virgo I ever dated, but that was like 2016. Why is this one hair doing this? 2016, 2017. And then the other Virgo I dated was like 2019. I feel like I searched all the possibilities, might have narrowed it down based on his actions. Yeah, you just can't trust the houses. But generally the only thing is going to change or could change throughout the day is the moon. Again, I have a class on this in my membership. I could do a thesis on Virgo men, yeah. Funny story too about the Virgo man that I dated, the second one. He actually did go to jail for domestic violence. So, can you tell us, I seriously dodged a bullet. Can you tell us about Pisces sun and moon conjunction? You mean like in your chart? It's called a new moon. My dad has my same sun and moon. He was crazy. Oh my God, that's wild. I've learned this year my husband of 20 years is a Virgo rising and moon. Oh. Yeah, my Virgo dad could have ended up in jail, yeah. Especially if they're like towards the end of September Virgos. Those are nut jobs. For the most part, nut jobs. Because that means their sun is in gate 6 in human design, and gate 6 is the gate of conflict. Very unstable gate. Virgo sun man still snorting cola and owes me thousands of dollars. Wow. Yeah, the first Virgo I dated, the one that moved to Hawaii, he was an alcoholic. He would drink like a 6-pack of beer in a night. Issues. They got issues. In general. Pisces sun, Taurus moon, Scorpio rising. Means you're intuitive? Okay, my dad and I are both early September. That's good, yeah. Is human design related to numerology? Not that I know of. But astrology is. So, I mean, you could tie in human design to numerology. I just never explored that. But I have a class in my membership on numerology and like the numerology of astrology and how to kind of plan out your months or your years based on that and how they correlate. I've never met a late September Virgo. Well, that is a blessing. That is a blessing. You've been saved. Been saved by God. Because, yeah, they crazy. They crazy. Do you think Pisces men are green flags? I don't generalize astrology like that, and nobody should be generalizing astrology like that. It really depends on what's going on in the chart. I have met some Pisces men that are great. I have met some Pisces men that are not great, that are menaces. So it just depends. It's not a subjective thing either. I mean, I like Virgo placements. Yeah. Yeah, me too, for sure. I've met no great men. That's a bummer. I still want to meet a healthy, mature Sun Pisces man, yeah. From what even the great Pisces men that I've met, they're crybabies. And they're very, unstable. I just met a Pisces man and turns out he was in prison. So, he seemed great at first, and then he was like, yeah, I went, and I was like, you went to prison? That's extreme. What? They make decisions based on their emotions, and, yeah, it's not cute. This one Pisces man that I knew, he was great, but he was just emotionally unstable and really indecisive and made rash decisions based on his emotions. He was in the military, he had a wife, and then he divorced her, and then went on this crazy, he rented a room from me at one point and was on this crazy just existential crisis or something. And then he ended up marrying her again and moving back in with her. And I'm just what is going on? You just can't, there's no consistency. Us mutable signs for gangster. Yeah, what is it? Have y'all seen that statistic where it's someone looked up the zodiac signs of all the top serial killers, and they were all either they were all mutable signs. It was either Virgo, Gemini, or Pisces. My ex and dad are both Pisces sun, and they're the biggest crybabies, yeah. And they get so stuck in ruts. They get stuck in emotional ruts. They need therapists. Any water sign placements need therapists. For real. Those are the people that really need therapists. I can't date a crybaby. Yeah, no. Luckily, my Pisces ex wasn't one, yeah. Pisces is a nightmare for Taurus. I've never seriously dated one because they're just so flighty. But I have great Pisces friends. I've always had really great Pisces women friends. One of my really good friends is a Pisces. I'm a Pisces and have always been labeled as crazy. I just feel times 100,000, yeah. Yeah. They need therapists. They need spiritual practices. They need to meditate. They need to, they need some type of self-awareness, routine, spiritual practice, whatever that can help them cultivate self-awareness so that they can have some type of center and not be so all over the place. The last Pisces man I knew had insane mother issues. Oh, interesting. Yeah, actually, my best friend was a Pisces in college, and we dated a little bit, but never seriously. He had serious mother issues. His mother was very mentally unstable. This Pisces is definitely in therapy. Hell yeah. as a Pisces moon, therapy and sobriety. Yes, that. And channeling it into creativity. The Pisces needs a bicycle to bike to the beach or the water. Yeah. Yeah. I just met someone who has a Capricorn stellium. They have 6 planets in Capricorn, y'all. And tell me why, like, they like grew up without a mom. Like, their dad raised them. And I'm like, this is so textbook, like, Capricorn stellium in the 10th house. Like, nothing in the 4th house, nothing in Cancer. Like, literally absent mother, father raised them. Like, so Capricorn stellium. I'm just like, astrology sometimes is so literal. It's crazy. Being near water is a huge plus, yeah. Oh, and Capricorns have ear problems and dental problems. Actually, I'm pretty sure this guy I knew, he was obsessed with me. He was a Capricorn. But I think he had something in Pisces because I was just like, or Aquarius or something that just like added some weird emotional aspect to him. But he had a lot of Capricorn, and he was like deaf in one ear or something. Yes, it's a pattern, yeah. My ex was a Capricorn stellium, and I still haven't recovered. I love it. I feel like they're hard to find. They're like, it's like finding a diamond. And I love it. As long as their moon isn't in Capricorn, in the 12th house, I'm fine. I'm fine with them having Capricorn. Because Capricorn is my 4th house, so I love it. It feels very like comfy. It feels very like natural. I love Aquarius and Capricorn. Yeah, me too. Also, Aquarius is my 5th house. So I love some Aquarius placements. As long as it's not their sun, or if they are an Aquarius sun, they have Capricorn. Because I did meet this one guy once who was an Aquarius, and he was another guy that was obsessed with me. He's an Aquarius. But he had his Venus in Capricorn, and I think he had something else in Capricorn. And it really balanced out the Aquarius. But I just love that we can have such great conversations, and like we can just get really heady. I love that. It's like what I need for dating. Still recovering from Cap moons, yeah. I have Cap moon, Cap rising, and Mars, and I live on my Capricorn moon line. Okay, wow. Which moon line is it? Aquarius women have been drawn to me. Oh, interesting. I don't meet a lot of Aquarius women. My bestie has 7 in Aquarius. That's a diamond best friend. Aww. Me with my Aquarius sun and Venus in Capricorn. Love. Aquarian conversation is the best. No, literally. Like, that was honestly what made me like... My landlord that I just sued was a Aquarius sun, Capricorn Mercury, but he had Venus, Mars, and Moon in Pisces, so he was a fucking mess. But we did have really great conversations because like we just vibed out on Aquarius stuff. How will this eclipse affect Gemini risings? Go watch my weekly update that's on my YouTube. Depends on your chart. I think if I'm remembering right from my horoscope that I did yesterday, it's career stuff. Oh, so the moon is on your AC in that location. Okay. Interesting. You like really sensitive? Aquarius people seem like they have no emotions. Yeah, honestly, I love that. I'm a Taurus sun and Mercury. Like, I need that. Like, I don't want to deal with your emotions. Aries rising with a capstellium. Wait, that's this guy I just met. He's an Aries rising with a capstellium. Dad raised me. I have Taurus moon, which is my Taurus aunt. Oh, and it's in your second house. Hell yeah. My favorite Aquarius calls it cosmic apathy. Oh my god. Yeah, they're like aliens. Yes, Gemini rising, and I got a job offer. Congratulations. Hell yeah. Yeah, because Pisces rules y'all's 10th house. I know a Gemini rising right now that's searching for a new job. But it also depends on if you have anything in Pisces, if you have anything in Virgo, what degree is your Gemini rising? Do you have anything in Sagittarius? Because that's going to rope in, the eclipse on Sunday is going to rope in those placements. If so, if the full moon is aspecting your other placements in those signs. I feel like I hid my Pisces moon so well. You never know. Yeah. I think it's all the earth. I think we were talking about this, Kat, on my recent post, asking people, which nobody commented good things. I'm like, no one followed the instructions of what I asked. Everyone was just like bashing those placements. And I'm like, I'm asking for good experiences people have had if they're in relationships with someone who has these placements. But most of the comments were just bashing the placements. And I was like, that is not what I asked for. Like, we really are cooked with reading comprehension. Can you explain the post? No revenge because he's a Pisces moon. That doesn't need explanation. Like, that doesn't need explanation. He's a Pisces moon. My Pisces is in Saturn. Your Saturn is in Pisces at 13 degrees. My Saturn is in Pisces at 10 degrees. 10 degrees. So the full moon eclipse is going to be pretty close to your Saturn. I'm here for the diabolical cackling. I got a lot of that. Someone, where was I? I don't know where I was or who I was around, but I laughed and someone was like, that sounds like very witchy. But they meant it in like a mean way. And I was like, yeah. You are my fave. I love your content and vibe. Thanks, lady. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. I was asking ChatGPT last night about fame and going through like all of my transits that I have and my chart and like solar arc direction. So like the whole 9 yards. I was doing this full on analysis and like typing it into ChatGPT for just it, like if I missed anything. And I think the next year, y'all, is going to be really good for my career. I'm really excited for it. What's the T on Cancer Moon, Libra Rising, man? How's his career? No, I mean it in a powerful witchy woman way. No, I understood that. Yeah. But it just reminded me of someone who said it in like an insulty way. And I was like, yeah, that's not an insult. Like, you can say it as if it's an insult, but it's not an insult. Like, I'm a witch, so watch the fuck out. You'll have to come to my art shows in Paris. Yes! I think I'm a Sag rising in Paris. I can't remember. I'll have to look. Agree with them. Love your content. Thank you. That means so much to me. I appreciate y'all. I love your laugh. Thank you. So mote it be. Yes. We gonna get bougie. I know this is why I need to leave Montana. I have the best content. Thank you. Y'all are gassing me up. Yeah, I need to leave Montana. I like met this guy and he thinks I live here. And I'm like, I mean, I kind of live here right now. I don't live anywhere else. But I don't think I'm gonna stay here. It's not bougie enough. My Libra Taurus, yeah, I need the bougie. This is why I love Paris. I don't think I'm gonna settle here. I'm going to a new place tomorrow and I'm gonna see if I like it, but then those are all the places I wanted to go to in Montana. Like after I go to this new place tomorrow, those are all the places I wanted to go to. So it kind of depends on if I like this town that I'm going to or not. But also it's so far from an airport. There's no Sephora. I don't know if I can do it. He owns his bathroom? Wait, what? He like a bathroom and plumbing store? Oh, okay. Works with his dad? Yeah, that makes sense. Paris est là, on t'étend. Oui. Merci. Oui, j'adore Paris. Well, it's good you were trying stuff out because it's the best way to really know, yeah. Yeah, I'm doing a location experiment. And also like an astrocartography experiment. Because I was looking at Oregon. I have my Venus line. It's Venus, puts Venus on my midheaven. So Venus, midheaven line goes through Oregon. So I was thinking of maybe going there too. And then it's not really that far away from where I am. So I might go there. I might be there in a week from now. Who knows? I'm really Sag mooning it. I'm really, like, I'm taking my own advice right now and I'm not planning anything. I'm really sitting in the unknown because that's what this time is about. And I'm just letting what is going to come to me come to me. I don't think I'd settle on Moon AC, but I'm doing it out of spite. Yeah. What do I have going through where I was in Colorado? It's Moon, I think Moon Icy. And I really loved it there. I really love it there so much. I love the weather. I love the mountains. I love that it has everything that I love to do. And my friends are there. And I've built such a like solid friendship community there. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to go to Massachusetts. I don't like the East Coast. My Mars line is over there. I don't like it. Farther from Paris. But closer to an airport. There's no airport here. The airport, the closest, well, they're all domestic airports. The closest airport that's international is 3 or 4 hours? Maybe 5 hours? I'm a Sag rising here in Paris. Oh, okay, yeah. I believe I'm a Sag rising in Paris, yeah. Huh. Because I remember looking at my chart when I was living there and wondering why the hell I felt so triggered every time I left my house, which also is being in a foreign country and learning the language in a foreign culture alone. But I'm pretty sure I'm a Sag rising in Paris because I remember my Chiron being in my 10th house, and I was like, oh, that's why I feel triggered every time I leave the house. Airport and Sephora, oui. J'ai besoin. French citizen, flex. Hell yeah. I would maybe love to do that one day. Live in Paris, or I don't think I would live in Paris. I don't know. But again, I already did live in Paris. But 7 years, maybe I'll do it one day. Paris is super cheap. From what I experienced, super cheap. Then coming back to the US, it was a total culture shock. It's like, what do you mean a croissant is $4? And in Montana the other day, last week, or whenever it was, I paid $7 for a croissant. They're all €1 in Paris. What does it mean to have Saturn retrograde? Saturn's themes are internal. I have a class on the retrograde planets in the birth chart in my level 2 astrology course. I go over all the planets retrograde and what they mean if you have it natally. Yes, there are so many affordable options, meals for under $10, yeah. And groceries are so cheap. I would grocery shop for a whole week and never spent more than €30. And then rent is super, 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 super cheap. $800. €1 baguette, yeah. Like if you're eating out on the 8th, it can get expensive, but for the most part, stuff is so cheap. Because people don't make that much money over there, so much cheaper groceries and markets, yeah. Everyone tells me it's expensive. Maybe compared to like Mexico or Italy, but it's expensive. Expensive is a relative word. So where I am in Montana, and this is something you really have to understand when you get advice from people, is what you have to ask them, what do you mean by expensive? Because I'm in Montana. Everyone I've met here is like, oh, real estate has gone up, real estate's so expensive, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what do you mean by expensive? Because where I come from in Colorado, the average home price is over $1 million. And in Montana, the average home price is maybe $400,000. That's not expensive to me. So it's relative. But you can obviously always find places for cheaper, but it's like, it's relative. And then people are saying, oh, inflation. I'm like, your guys' coffee, every time I buy a latte here, it's $4. When I buy a latte anywhere in Colorado, it's at least $6 or $7. Like, it is not expensive here. So it really truly is relative. You have to ask more, like, you have to ask what people mean by that. Now, I will say the Airbnbs in Paris were pretty expensive, but the hotels are pretty cheap comparatively. And then they are a lot cheaper compared to where I am, like I said, in the US. Where I am in the US, Airbnbs are like $200 to $300 a night. In Paris, you can find something for like around $100. So again, it's all relative. It really just depends on where they're coming from, where they live, what they consider like normal, and what they consider expensive. You can get much cheaper rent if you live just outside of Paris. Yeah, like $500. Which is like crazy cheap compared to where I was living in Colorado. Rent is like $2,000 for a 1-bedroom. Maybe, usually more. So don't let other people's opinions like deter you from doing something you want to do. Depends on if you live in the center, if you don't have roommates, yeah. And how big the place is too, and like there's a lot of factors that go into it. But when I was looking for apartments in Paris, none of them were more than like $1,500, and even those were like 2-bedroom, like, so. I'm a painter, I need more space. Often we live farther out. Yeah. Yeah, it really is so variable. Hey, I'm having my Saturn return to my 7th house. My Saturn is in Pisces. Wait, what degree is your Saturn at? Everyone I know that has Saturn return in the 7th house just either got engaged or is about to get engaged. But they were also really putting a lot. This is the thing with Saturn too, is you have to put like effort into, if you want a relationship, you have to be committed to the process. You can't just think it's going to fall out of the sky. With Saturn, you have to put effort and energy into creating that reality. Oh, 20 degrees. You're not going to have your Saturn return again. It'll get kind of close, but no, it won't peak again for 29 years. So you're good. You're going through a breakup. Well, creating space for someone better to come into your life, who's more aligned. Very on brand. I'm scared for the eclipse. Why? It's like 5 degrees away from your Saturn, so it's also 5 degrees away from my Saturn, but in the other direction. Again, Saturn is nothing to be scared of. Eclipses are nothing to be scared of. It just means something. Eclipses are intense times of change. Saturn is just about being committed and disciplined to something. And with Saturn and Pisces, I was talking about this earlier in the live, actually. With Saturn and Pisces, it's about not letting people dictate your reality and setting boundaries energetically as well around taking on other people's shit and letting them kind of manipulate, gaslight you into their version of reality. With Saturn and Pisces, you have to learn to have boundaries with people because we feel very deeply, and Saturn is the greatest teacher. Saturn and Pisces teaches you how to put boundaries in place to not take on other people's energy and get enmeshed with them. Well, life will never give you anything you can't handle. So, I have Saturn, technically I have Saturn in my 7th house in my relocation chart, so, but I just met someone who has a lot of Capricorn. We'll see, but I really don't care anymore about relationships, like romantic relationships. I really don't give a fuck. I just want to do me. I want to focus on my career and make money, buy real estate. I don't really care about no man. What about Uranus and Pisces? Uranus and Pisces? Are you like 20? Thank you. Once my Saturn return is done. Girl, it's over. We just talked about that. It's been over, girl. Venus and Jupiter move into your 7th house in 2026. Jupiter won't. Jupiter won't move back into Pisces for how many years? 8 years. I am remaking my life right now. Yes. Born in 2008? Oh my God. Got it. Granted, this is ChatGPT. Oh God, ChatGPT doesn't know shit about astrology. Unless you have to... Okay. If you want to talk to ChatGPT about astrology, you have to know astrology, because it will get so much shit wrong, even if you feed it all the info. Like last night, I was talking about this earlier in the live. I was talking to ChatGPT about just if I missed anything. I was doing a deep analysis on my chart, right? So I was feeding it all this stuff, and I was like seeing if I had missed anything, just looking at it myself. It got shit wrong. I gave it the information, and it still got it wrong. Like, I had told it, like, oh, this is going on, like, Saturn square Pluto something. And it was like, yeah, Saturn conjunct Pluto. And I was like, no, that's not, no, it gets shit wrong. So do not ever trust ChatGPT astrology. It can't do it for some reason. And this is why I teach astrology, to give you the ability to understand the system and have the tool in your toolkit, so you can discern, because it gets so much shit wrong. I've been doing astrology for 10 years, and I feed it all the info, and it still fucks it up. Not ChatGPT, it was a site on, what do you mean? What was a site on Google? I have Jupiter in Leo, and I can't wait to see what happens. Yes! Jupiter return coming up. I do live readings. Does anybody want one? They're $33. I do. Oh, wait, that's my membership link. Hold on. That's my membership. We want to go to my store. What if we're poor? How do we get a reading? Learn astrology or make money and buy one. It's super easy to make money. It's like the easiest fucking thing in the world. I was thinking about this the other day. I knew a friend that literally, I think she was unemployed, or she was in between jobs or something, and she would go on Facebook Marketplace and find stuff people were giving away for free. And nowadays, this was years ago, so nowadays you can use ChatGPT to help with this. She would go on Facebook Marketplace, find stuff people were giving away for free, spruce it up if it needed it, make it look nicer if it needed it, but a lot of the times it doesn't need it, and then sell it. You can literally go get shit for free and sell it for money. Like, making money is the easiest thing in the world. Just watched your video about the rare transit. Makes so much sense. Hi from New Zealand. Cool. Hi from Montana. What rare transit was I talking about? I don't remember that. I make a lot of videos. I got a lot of videos. Also, we were talking about my live the other day. Maybe it was yesterday. I don't remember. How Pluto is going out of bounds. I looked into it. Pluto doesn't go out of bounds until the 4th of September. So it goes out of bounds on Thursday, I think it is. I learned about my birth chart on Cafe Astrology. Yeah, cool. I sell paintings for thousands, but you have to have guts to do it. Yeah. I mean, it's really just about valuing yourself and valuing what you put time and energy into. I mean, I love going to the art gallery, and all of those paintings in the art galleries, they're gorgeous, and they're all thousands of dollars. Honestly, if I'm gonna buy art and it's not at least a few $100s, I'm like, what's wrong? The one between most of the outer planets. The yod? The yod that we had? Or just that they're all moving signs? Can't find any... Well, refresh the Stan store. I just posted it. I only have it up when I'm live, and sometimes I forget to publish it, but... I'm not a Capricorn. Yeah, you're welcome, Amy. I'm excited to do your reading. Make sure to put all your birth info in there. Put all your birth info. And I'm probably going to get off here in the next 30 minutes. So if anybody else wants a reading, we can start a queue. Start a queue. I'm going to walk around and see if anything's open on Labor Day. The first thing I bought with my first French paycheck was a painting. Oh, I love art. Art is amazing. And it's an asset. Although it doesn't really appreciate much. Or it can, depending on the artist and the piece, I think, but same with astrology readings. It's a great investment into yourself. Yeah. I love getting readings. I have a lot of friends that are readers, and it helps me so much to get readings from them. Especially when I'm going through something. Like, I was getting a lot of readings back when I was suing my landlord. It was so helpful. Back when I was suing my landlord. Okay, I do need to get my charger for my laptop, so hold on. Because it's going to die if I don't charge it. And that's how I pull up charts. Okay, now we're ready for readings. I'm so glad that's over. I was stressing for you, yeah. It was very stressful. I'm definitely still healing from that. It was just so stressful to be in a lawsuit and then also have to live in the house still with all the issues. And then my landlord lived there too. He had like moved in the middle of all of it. Freaking Pisces moons. But he had... Do I have his chart saved? Shit, I don't think I do. I have to go find it. It's not saved in my astrology thing. Ooh, art shows. Cool. I know some really successful spiritual business people that do, what are those called? Actually, I know a few, not even spiritual business people, but entrepreneurs, all kinds of businesses that are really well known through doing like trade shows, or I don't think that's the right name for them, but they're like art fairs, things like that. Find a Pisces moon woman like me to take him down. I took him down. I destroyed his ass. He's gonna have to pay $100K at least. Could be more now to get the whole house up to building code. So that's what you get. Fuck around to find out. Auctions? No, I mean like fairs. Like I don't know the word. That's the best word. Like you go to an art fair or a craft fair or a spiritual fair, and there's like people set up with like booths and things with their, yeah, markets. Yeah. Yeah, I helped a couple of my friends do them. Some of my friends haven't had success with them, but there's a lot of people I do know that are successful with them. It just depends on if that's your thing or not. Thank you, I've done it. Okay, let me look for your reading order. Oh, we have 2 people in line. I wish there were markets in Paris, but I did markets in another French city. I'm surprised there aren't. I mean, there's so much that goes on in Paris. Paris is so dense for how small it is. Okay, let me see, Amy. I saw my art in Union Square, yeah. Yeah, it just depends. It's not everybody's thing, for sure. Okay, Amy. Is there anything you want me to look at specifically, Amy? 16. General or love or career. Okay. Well, let's see. The new moon eclipse we're going to have on the 21st of September is pretty close to your midheaven, so that could be a time of what do you do in your career? Is there something you want to change about it? Because you just had Mercury retrograde in your 10th house. So you might have gotten clarity around something you want to do or a new idea. And now that Venus is there, there's a lot of momentum for you to be taking action on something new, but there's also a lot of subconscious stuff to kind of work through. Because you have Mars going over your Saturn in your 12th house. It is about to be opposite your moon in the 6th house too. So there might be a lot of like foundational work that's coming up for you to do in your mindset, with subconscious beliefs, with spiritual practices, with really having a foundation of some sort of routine that helps you process emotions. Whether it's working out, whether it's going on daily walks, or it could be even like going for runs or working out. I mean, your moon is in Aries, so it's got to be something kind of physical that if you don't have a practice around already, there's really a focus for you to create that, and to kind of build structure around that right now. You also have, let's see, Pisces just went back into, there might also be something about, like having a grounded practice is going to help you creatively. So there's something emerging maybe in your career or with some creative pursuit or passion, that you need to have some sort of routine or structure or schedule around to help with the expression of it, to help with it being a consistent kind of thing. There might be something coming up around that right now, actually, because the moon in Sag right now is in your 2nd house. It's squaring your IC in your 5th house. Saturn just went back into your 5th house, harmonizing with your ascendant. So there also might be some sort of transformation happening in your identity related to all of this too. Let me know if I'm on the right track. Yeah, I don't think the full moon we have on Sunday is going to be super prominent for you. It could just maybe give you some clarity about your direction. Maybe the mindset shifts or perspective shift that needs to happen in order for you. Maybe even also investing in a course or pursuing education in some way. You might get clarity around over the weekend in order to kind of bring this thing more into fruition. Whatever this new creative venture related to your career is. I'm not getting more specifics than that. As it relationships, the focus right now is on your career. There could be, or what you're doing for work. Again, this creative kind of pursuit or project. Let's see. We have Uranus going retrograde on Friday. It's going to go back into Taurus, I think, in October maybe. So that might create the potential for you to be focused on relationships again, or just reevaluating relationships in general. I do feel like October through the end of the year, there is more opportunity, like I said, to focus on relationships and maybe further heal anything that's there, wounds, triggers from maybe past partners or relationships. October, November feels like that's more of a focus then. Right now, it's just kind of cleaning up what needs to be cleaned up in your mindset, your routine, your schedule, to have space and create consistency for this job or creative passion that you're embarking on, whatever it is. Again, I don't know specifics, but there's something new that's emerging and you need to really be focused on that and not distract yourself with anything else, because it's going to take away from that and the success that it will bring. Does that make sense? So that's what I have for you, Amy. Let me know if you have questions about that. And then we have Courtney up next. Yes, that's spot on. Yay! Yeah, you're so welcome. For relationships for you really come down to like not lowering your standards, and not ignoring red flags. If someone immediately you see like, okay, this doesn't line up or something's off, trust it and move on. Don't approach dating or relationships from scarcity, because that's just gonna prolong you finding the right person. So that's what I have for you. Okay, is Courtney on? Oh, hey. Okay, Libra rising, right? Is there anything you want me to go into specifically? Need to shift how I'm sitting. Ugh. Any area, work, moving. Okay. Work, there's a lot of potential for expansion, but it also feels like there's some challenges within your identity, or some, like there's a push and a pull between expansion potential in your career and yourself, what you're doing for you. So it might just require you to kind of figure out how to bring those two parts of your life into greater balance. What do you need to do for you? And then once you have a foundation of like taking care of yourself in the ways that you really need to feel good, to feel in a good energy, to feel good about how you look or how you're presenting yourself, like what needs to be done there in order to then then take that into your career versus them feeling at odds with one another. It could be as simple as like putting on a playlist you like and just getting into a good vibe before you go to work or whatever, something like that. What else did you ask? Moving? When are you looking to move? What's going on with that? Because I feel there might not be potential until like come the end of the year or early next year even. Right now the focus is really kind of like on what's going on in your daily routine. We both have Sag Moon and Libra Rising. I love this. But it's really about right now, like what's going on in your routine, your day-to-day. What do you need to change there to just feel better about what you're doing on a daily basis to support your own needs, to nourish yourself, maybe even nourish your creativity too. If you've been feeling any stagnation there, it's because there needs to be attention on like what puts you in a good feeling state. Is it listening to good music? Is it listening to an inspiring podcast? Is it going for a walk outside? Is it going for a drive? Maybe it's going for a drive, right? Or taking a vacation, a weekend vacation somewhere, and like that kind of bringing this renewal of energy. That's really the huge focus at this time. Moving. You've been looking for a couple of years. Oh, wow. Yes, and work takes up all of my time. Okay. Do you want to change jobs or there could be potential for that if you wanted to do something differently to have more freedom. Maybe even like starting your own business type of thing. Or starting to invest. Looking into maybe starting to watch YouTube videos on how to start a business or how to buy a business that is low maintenance, that is going to have a really low or have a really high success rate. There you could really make a lot of money and be successful through investments or through buying other people's businesses. Because there's a lot of people that want to retire right now that own parking lots, that own laundromats, that own there's so much YouTube content about that too that can help. Yes, yeah. No, you need freedom. We're Sag Moons. We need to have freedom over our time. So there's a lot of potential for you for that right now over the next, starting today and really over the next couple months until February. There's a lot of potential for you to kind of look into how you can change what you're doing to make money. Like there are so many businesses that you can buy that provide you, not only do they make profit, but they you know, they're low maintenance and you get like a salary. You can buy the business and be guaranteed a like $120K salary from that business alone, right? Like a laundromat or there's so many just random businesses that are recession proof that you can look into, that there's YouTube videos I can help with. One person to really follow on YouTube that talks a lot about this and gives a great, well-rounded ideas about buying businesses and investing that way, is Cody Sanchez, I think is her last name. Actually, let me look it up right now. I watch a lot of her YouTubes. She's always popping up on my, yes, Cody Sanchez. Cody with an IE, CODIE. A lot of great tips on how to go about that, because you have your North Node in the 8th house in Taurus. Like you could make a lot of money through investing in other people's businesses, or buying businesses and just keeping them running, for people who want to retire or whatever. And that's going to provide you a lot of freedom. You can hire people to manage them, whatever, and then you just get, a cut. But that's kind of, like I said, there's potential for that. And then, moving would be something more so, let me look, next year. I also think we're going to have a market correction. Let's see. Hold up. Yeah, like January. Yeah, there could be a potential for you to move. Like, there's a lot going on in your fourth house, so there could be a lot of potential for you to move mid-January next year. So that's kind of the timing around that. So that's what I have for you. You're so welcome. I'm excited for you. I'm looking to move too, and I'm like, I also Libra rising. I always move in January because that's when things move through our fourth house, which is the home. I always have the best luck moving in like January, February. Always, always, always. It always works out then. And things are always lower priced too because it's off season. Pisces, Sun, Virgo, rising. Should I be scared of this eclipse season? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What are the degrees of your, was it sun? Sun and rising. What are the degrees? It's always end of December or January. You know, literally. Literally. Or like, sometimes I'll move in July, but that's way more rare. Way more rare than moving in December or January. It's always December or January. It's wild. Like, I moved back from France at the end of December last year. It's always that time. Libra rising, I moved to Paris during January. Exactly. Because there's always like so much moving through Capricorn then. And that's our fourth house. Oh my god, yes, I had moved to Berlin very end of December. Yeah. When anything transits the fourth house, that's when you're most likely to move. Yeah, I always look at the IC in the fourth house for that. I am shooketh. Triple Gemini, why are these things happening with my health? What's going on in your sixth house? Okay, I can take a few more readings if anybody wants one. Because that is where the sun is. Yeah, also a lot of things move through Capricorn at the same time that the sun does. So like, when is it? This year I think I moved end of January this year because Mercury was moving through Capricorn, but specifically like end of January or middle of January, the date I just gave Courtney, January 16th, there is like so much in Capricorn. There's Mars is in Capricorn, the sun's in Capricorn, Venus is in Capricorn. Let me look again. Mercury's in Cap, so everything is like, so Libra risings could be moving in January because everything will be in Capricorn. But yeah, usually the sun and Mercury, or Venus and Mercury travel with the sun, so. Can you read me? Yes! Link is in bio to book a reading. They're $33. I want my bougie Parisian bachelorette. Yes! Get your bachelorette pad. I think too, early next year, like January, February, is when economists are finally going to be like, yeah, we're in a recession. And so, there's going to be a correction. I've already seen, like, I was walking around Missoula, Montana the other day, and I passed this real estate brokerage, and I was looking at some of the listings they had in the window, and there were a couple of them that said seller financing, and I was like, oh shit, that's like really rare for buying a house, that the seller's willing to finance it, and it was like a 2.9 interest rate, and I was like, oh shit, here we go, because people aren't buying, so, you know, people are kind of thinking outside of the box of, how can I make my house sell? Seller financing. Like, it's happening. It's much more common that we see that with businesses, but the fact that we're starting to see it with houses, the signs are signing. Sun in Pisces, degree is 19. Virgo rising degree is 3. Okay, so the eclipses won't hit your Virgo rising. The full moon eclipse will hit your sun, but it will be 4 degrees away. Might be some change within relationships. If you're single, it might be you getting clarity on what you want in relationships, or maybe meeting somebody, but I would really take things slow with that, because the last time I had the last eclipses when they were in Aries and Libra in my 7th house, and the people I met during that time seemed like they would be good relationship people, and they turned out not to be. So if, you know, it could be a lesson, take it with a grain of salt, don't settle, but there could be some drastic change in your relationships. Depending too if you have anything else in water signs or mutable signs. And I do a full moon workshop every full moon in my membership to help walk you through how to look at where it will be in your chart and what else it will be affecting, to give yourself a kind of reading for the full moon. And it's a live workshop, so you can ask questions and things. I'm in a relationship and it's a little shaky. That makes sense. I need to book a reading with you. Yes. Yeah. There could be a sudden change with it. The North Node is on your sun right now, so there's a big push for you to move in a new direction as it relates to what has changed about you, your needs, your personality, and how that is mirrored in your relationships. Like, it's almost the energy of like, if we can't evolve together, we need to just end it before it gets worse. That's the kind of energy. It might be a make or break of like figuring out if you can continue and evolve together, or if it's time to end it and both have space for someone more aligned. The eclipse will be exactly opposite my sun and stellium. Oh yeah, because it's right before your birthday. Yep. But the North and South Node will be at the degrees they're at for a couple weeks. Maybe that's why people call it eclipse season. I could never figure that out. I'm like, why do you call it eclipse season when the eclipse happens like on one day, and then there's not another one for 2 weeks? I still don't understand that. But maybe it's because the North and South Node don't change much during that period. Like, they stay in the degrees they're going to be in during the eclipses. I don't know. If anybody knows, let me know. Because I don't get that whole, it's eclipse season. I don't get it. Maybe it's just a catchy thing that went around. And people liked it, and now it's just a thing. Who knows? Oh, we're going to have Venus trine Mars pretty soon, too. Or no, it's sextile Mars. Venus is going to sextile Mars in 2 weeks. Yeah, in 2 weeks. Those 2 weeks away always seem like an alternative world, yeah. Yes. All right, well, I'm going to hop off in like 10 minutes. I gotta go. If anyone wants a reading, this is last call. Link is in bio. Give it like 10 minutes, and then I'm going to hop off. September is interesting. It's like, I talked about this in my YouTube video that I did yesterday. I did a YouTube live for the transits of the week ahead and did horoscopes for each rising sign. And this week specifically is a lot of, okay, there might be challenges, but what are the positives? How can you focus on the positives? And not also ignore what your intuition is telling you needs to happen right now. But yeah, this month is interesting. It looks like a lot of that. A lot of like duality between challenges and potential for harmony, potential for miracles, potential for things really working out when we focus on that energy as opposed to what's going wrong or what is challenging. I feel there will be necessary changes. At least I hope, yeah. For sure. Really need a new start, yeah. Yeah, specifically the middle of September looks very interesting. We're going to have Mercury opposite Saturn. We're going to have Saturn kind of harmonizing with Jupiter, although it'll be a little while before that really peaks. Like I said, we have Venus sextile Mars. We have the North Node still harmonizing with Jupiter. The moon is going to join that in the middle of September. We have Mars opposite Chiron. Uranus retrograde is harmonizing with Pluto retrograde. So there's a lot of like, okay, things might be dicey, but what are the positives? Like there's a lot of that energy of like, what is the good side of this coin? And how can we focus more on that? Really, really, really big energy this whole month. And that's like how I see Pisces too, is there's always potential for miracles when we're living in alignment, acting from our intuition, trusting it, that the miracles are going to come, like they will. That's this energy. So, because like while Mars is opposite Chiron, also Chiron is harmonizing with Venus. So it's like, it's almost the energy of like a lot of us could align with somebody who's going to heal past relationship wounds, even though it might trigger a shift in our identity kind of thing. Yes, I really hope so. Yeah. Yes. So those are my final closing thoughts. All right, I'm going to hop off. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. That was only like 5 minutes, but my Taurus ass needs to go eat something. You're so welcome. Thanks for being here, Kat. I appreciate you. Good to see you virtually. And same to you, Trick Light. Enjoy y'all's rest of the day. And I'll see you soon. Bye.